I think definitely guys should pay on the first date. Like, women want to see that they're chivalrous and that they respect them and they genuinely want to hang out with them.
In the beginning, for the first few dates, it makes a really powerful impression on a woman when the man pays. It's not so much about flashing your wallet size as it is about showing her that you value her and that in your eyes, she's worthy of being doted on. It sets the stage so she can start opening up.
Why do you think guys should pay on the first date?
Well, that basically means he cares about you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think anyway.
Yeah.
I think the guy should pay on their first date because, like, if they're asking the girl out, they obviously want to get to know them. If they were brought up the way that, you know, as a gentleman, that's, you know, what they should be doing.
What do you think about guys who don't pay on a first date? Guys who don't pay on the first date are so stingy. Like, women want, like, to be shown respect and be treated like, you know, they really care about them. Yeah. So if you don't pay, it's kind of like saying, oh, you know, I'm intimidated by you, or I don't expect you to pay because you're so independent, which is not true. Women want to be, you know, taken care of.
Men should always pay it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's the answer. Men should always pay it. That's it.
The bill comes and you go Dutch. What do you say, audience? No date? No date, never, and you will never get a date.
Ladies, never pay on a first date again. Don't offer to pay, don't do the fake reach, and definitely don't go Dutch.
You were literally too stupid to insult.
I went on a date with a guy. It wasn't really a date, it was more or less I was hanging out with him and he made my cousin pay. And
Why was your cousin there?
Well, she kind of joined in because she saw us when we were out, and yeah, I just thought it was really rude that he expected her to pay even though she offered. You know, he could have politely declined.
Should you offer to pay on the first date? Hell to the no. This is the one thing I am adamant about.
I think that it's nice to offer, but I do think there is the assumption that the man will pay on a date, but I also think there's the other belief that whoever asks pays.
The first date, I think the men should always pay. That is just a rule I stick by, but the woman should always offer. However, if the man accepts, I'm thinking to myself, I'm not going to see you again. And I've had those standoffs before where a guy just stares and tells me, well, you know, I'm sure you do pretty well. You get this one, I'll get the next. And I'm thinking, you are not dating material.
That's the dumbest question I ever heard. Women should never pay for dates. And it's like Chris Rock said, I'm going to quote him, I'm giving him credit. Dick is free. Pussy's expensive.
Hello, guys. You are supposed to pay.
Right. Take out your wallet, put down the card,
Yeah.
and you're done. It's
Fantastic.
that easy. Right.
That
and I'll
easy.
go home.
When should a guy or shouldn't a guy pick up the check before you get a chance?
I'm going to be a little contradictory here because I view myself as an
am
independent woman.
But, yeah, okay.
But at the same time, I'm old school like that. I think the guy should pay. And I always offer, but if they actually took me up on it, I would find that, you know, that would be a check in the no box for a second date.
Now, when it hangs out there on the table, you're like, I can wait you out? Like, how does it work?
Yeah, no, it can be a little awkward sometimes. But look, I think it's the right thing to do to offer, but I like a guy to be a little chivalrous at the end of the day.
Oh man, you're gonna call me old-fashioned, Neil, but I still think that a man should pay. If he asks you out on a date, if it's the first date, then I expect a man to pay because, listen, we've got a lot of customs and sort of unspoken rules in the dating world, and while many things can change about gender roles and many things can change about the economy, there's still some value to having those customs in place.
What if you asked the guy?
I probably wouldn't do that, Neil.
Well, you probably don't need to. Michelle, what do you make of that?
Men these days, Neil. Absolutely. The woman is not supposed to pay. If you're courting a lady, you're the one who's supposed to pay. If you're the one who's initiating this date, which is usually the males initiating the date, they're the ones who have to pay for it. I understand we're in a bad economy. We have 7.6% unemployment, but there's no excuse. There's no excuse to make the woman pay.
I think guys should pay. That's just me. I think guys should always pay. Like, every boyfriend I've had has always paid for me. Like, I never pay. Like, it's just something that I'm like, I just, because we do other things for the guys. So when it comes to dinner, I mean, it's just a little, it's like, it's the least you can do, sweetness. The least you can do is to pay.
It's the same thing with the feminists. You know, they want everything to be equal, everything. But when the check comes, where are they?